Hello, this is Mike Lodge. I am the business advisor, and hopefully you're listening to me on the iHeartRadio app. Download it. It's free, and it's a lot of good podcasts and music and everything else that's on iHeart. Listen, yesterday I talked about don't be afraid, about telling people that you just can't afford to buy gifts this Christmas. And there's nothing wrong with it. And you should not be ashamed of it because so many Americans are going through the same situation. I saw a study this morning. And the study says, and it's coming from the retail technology platform Swiftly, who measures what consumers are doing out there. And they reported on Wednesday that 69% of shoppers say they are struggling to pay the grocery bills after months of persistently sky-high inflation. And 83% currently rely on some sort of coupon or loyalty program to put food on the table, according to True Cost of a Grocery Shop survey. And one of the things that the survey pointed out is to shifts in consumer behavior. Some 74% of those surveyed said they had changed their grocery shopping habits in the last year, and 33% said they are now shopping in-store more than in years past. They're looking for the deals. They're looking for something that's on sale. The average cost of everyday essentials is elevated across the board in 2022, but the cost of groceries is even higher. So the Labor Department latest Consumer Price Index, which tracks the price of, the bevy of goods, including gasoline, grocery, and rents, showed prices rose an average of 7.7% on an annual basis in October, hovering near a 4-decade high. But the cost of food at home soared 12.4% over the same month a year ago. Some staple items that rose by eye-popping amounts were coffee up 14.8%, cereal up by 16.9%. Now this is what surprises me the most, eggs up by a staggering 43%. Now, a lot of that on the egg front is because we had a bird epidemic that killed off a lot of the chickens and turkeys, but mostly chickens, and it eliminated a lot of the egg production. So, lower inventory of eggs, higher prices. And that's what happens. So, as you can see, you and I were facing a big economic issue. And it's been going on now for 2 years. And yet people will not sit down and say, hey, we're in a recession. We're in a recession. I mean, Americans can feel it. I can feel it. You can feel it. Every time you go to the store, you can feel it. Every time you fill up your gasoline tank, you can feel it. Now, I was amazed yesterday. I was out and about, and I looked at a signboard for gas prices, and unleaded is now down in South Carolina to $2.99 a gallon. That's a considerable jump since we were paying $4 and $5 a few months ago. But the other issue on that is that our oil reserves are way down. Let me find my data on that, and I'll tell you exactly where we stand on oil reserves, because I just read that report. Just one moment, and let me find it. But it's considerably, our oil reserves are down. So we're looking at 2022 year to date. We are down 207 million barrels. That's a change of a downward motion of negative 34.8%, which means that we're using up our reserves as a temporary measure to lower the cost of fuel. Now, the problem is, okay, so fuel costs are going down, but the oil reserve, I don't see them buying anything. Now would be the right time, if prices are going down, to start buying oil reserves. But we're still downward. We're not buying anything. We're not replenishing the inventory. Now, at some point in time, that's going to run out because Biden has no idea what he's doing there. So we're going to have a problem where oil prices are going to bounce back up. And it will probably begin in 2023. And I'm not quite sure when in 2023, but within the first quarter of 2023, we're going to see an upward trend in our oil prices, again, our gas prices. Now, I would like for them to stay down at the lower level. When I moved to South Carolina, we were at, I believe we were like $1.73 or something like that per gallon. And then Zamo went up to almost $5 a gallon. Now we're down to $2.99 a gallon. But we are going to see an uptick in gas prices within the next few months. So just be prepared for it. In fact, people are saying go out and buy as much gas as you can. If you've got a place to store it, store it. I wouldn't advise doing that because it's highly flammable and it can explode at any given time. But we are down. Our economy is not functioning the way it should be. And no one will say, I mean, they're reporting like this morning. I saw a report that said we're going to go into recession in first quarter of 2023. But we're already in a recession. We have had month after month after month after downturn and an uptick in the inflation, downturn in the economy, we have had a problem. It's been going on for months. We have been in a recession for months and months. And yet, Wall Street and government don't want to say that we're in a recession. But we are. You and I, we're feeling it. We feel it every single day. So, what do? Well, we have to start acting smartly. And we've got to start conserving cash. And we have got to start doing what all Americans are doing now, finding the best prices out there and buying only those that we can afford. That's why I said yesterday, don't be ashamed, don't be afraid of telling people, I'm sorry, I cannot give you a Christmas gift this year. I have got to protect my own family, my own livelihood, my own well-being. Everything else, we don't even consider at the moment. We have an economic situation that is going to be long-lasting for a couple of years. It's not going to get any better because we don't have anybody working on it. We don't have anybody in the White House that says, okay, this is what we're going to do to fight inflation or the recession. No, they don't do anything. They don't say anything. They just ignore it. So no one's working on it from the White House. No one's working on it from the Senate. No one's working on it from the Congress. Even the Federal Reserve is just playing with interest rates. And so far what they've done has only brought home prices down and has hurt a lot of people because now their value of their home is down and the mortgage payments have gone up by 50%. You read all these reports out there and you say, my gosh, why are people still voting politicians in that keep voting for more taxation and more spending? I don't get it. Excuse me. So we have got to be proactive in the way that we handle our money. It's no longer a game. This is real life. And in this real life, we have got to be conservative money managers. That's your new title from now on. Conservative money managers. You are out there trying to make sure that you are surviving every single day. You are taking care of your transportation needs, you're taking care of your house needs, you're taking care of your utility needs, and you're taking care of your food needs for your family. Those are the 4 items that are the priority to you at the moment. You are conservative money managers. Now, excuse me. I tell you, when I got COVID, I didn't realize it was going to last on and on and on. That you have this cough, and this cough will, excuse me, will not go away. And I'm not going to edit this out because it's real life. I'm not one of those kind of individuals that does a podcast and edits everything that happens. No, I tell you what's happening with me. I tell you what's happening with the economy. And I tell you what's real in life. And right now we are facing a Christmas season that, yeah, we can still have a great season, but it's conservative and we're not spending great sums of money. We're not using our credit cards to go into debt. Take your credit cards and lock them up in the safe or lock them up someplace where no one can find them. Because you should not be using them during this time. Sit down and prepare your budgets for 2023. Sit down and with your significant other or your husband or your wife and work on this together and say, okay, what do we need to do so that we are good money managers for 2023? And listen, if you go to my website at www.lodge-co.com, and if you go to 60-minute advisory services, you will see that I have an Excel spreadsheet in there for you to use to create your budgets. Use it. Sit down. Spend a Saturday or a Sunday or some weeknight, and both of you work on it together and get your act together, get your budget together, get your money spending habits under control. And yeah, you're going to have to delete a lot of things that you used to have. That's Netflix may be gone, that HBO may be gone, all of those things. Maybe a cell phone might be gone. You just have to cut some costs here that are going to put money into your bank account. People have stopped saving. They can't save. The costs are so greatly out of control that every single dollar that comes in from their work or from their side hustle or whatever it is going to meet the bills. As I said before, 70% of us Americans cannot afford the grocery bills at this time. The costs are so greatly exaggerated at the moment. And there's politicians out there saying, oh, these greedy corporations. No. It's a lot more than just greedy corporations. There are supply chain issues. There are supplies not even being made. And the list goes on. So don't listen to the politicians, because the politicians are out there. They're socialist beings, and they think that everything is evil about business. It is really about the issues of today. That getting things from point A to point B costs way more. Hourly wages have gone up way more. So the cost of producing those products, and there's less being produced, creates a rise in the costs that get passed on to you and I. So we have to deal with that, and we're going to have to live within it. Listen, I love Christmas, I love Thanksgiving, and I love the fact that it's a giving time. But this year you have to think about, what can I do that is less costly, that is still going to protect my family? Listen, if you want to see what I do, go to my website, www.lodge-co.com, and see if I can help you. Let's listen to some jazz. Gosh, we need jazz during this Christmas. Everybody, go out, have a great day. Love you lots. Bye-bye.